Hello everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what's out there, and there's so many cool things out there. So I picked five kind of random picks by various authors, and thought I would show you those. First one we got here is The Assassin by Foxy 5. Now, Foxy has made many very nice looking creations, a lot of vehicles and some fighters, and so it looks like he entered the era of stealth fighters or bombers. There's actually a few of them now. They're all just very, very detailed, usually based a lot around realism, which I happen to like a lot too. This one's definitely no exception. I think it's super thin body design, and stealth characteristics of it just really kind of hit this thing running here. And it's just like little things like how the angled wedge is over these thruster placements, or probably would have been if intakes. I would say probably if it was a real working stealth craft. But this one's also by far the smallest one I was going to show you today, so I just wanted to take a look at this real quick. I think it's a really, really neat looking design, though. I love the aesthetics of it, and the thinness and the way everything's kind of set up. Little detail items all over the place. Um, Even like how the rocket launchers are mounted over here, and this like these like big bomb things, and just a lot of neat things, and even like little details like these ramps that are up near the landing gear. Kind of looks like these cabinet bays opened up to put that down, and that's really, really cool. This is for vanilla. Um, Spec wise, it's a pretty small creation, pretty inexpensive to build. Overall for an SV, it does require some estrium and zirconium due to the rocket launchers on there. Good, really quick and maneuverable. Not so much going down, but that's typically normal. Well, let's see. Side thrust isn't huge on it. Well, let's fly this around a little bit here. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, okay. It's very, very maneuverable, definitely. And I'm a bad pilot, so I'm all over the place. If they'd pull my pilot's license right away from me, I think. Like, what are you doing, son? Step away from the $3 billion aircraft. uh, Here, let me get this back in place here. And yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to take a quick look at that. Very cool design, spec wise, pretty cheap, hour and 25-minute build time. CPU tier 3, and it's got some wiggle room there too. So 31,182 CPU. Again, really like it. Check out Foxy's workshop. There's a lot of really cool designs there, and a couple more really cool stealth things that have been more recent as well. A lot of vehicles and things. Awesome work again. So next on the list here, we've got, I'm going to sneak over this way. I'm trying to keep the camera view down, even though I kind of exposed some of it here already. But next one I wanted to show is this lovely carrier. And this is by sulusdacor. This is the Mage CV. So interesting name for it. But I got to say, I really love the aesthetics on it. It's certainly got that carrier look to it, and it hits it really well. I love the asymmetrical flight deck. I love the control tower setup over here. That looks really, really neat. And it's just again an asymmetrical creation. I think pretty much the whole thing is. I bet you that side's different than this side. To some extent, yes. Let's get over here. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. And this is kind of deemed as more of a starter, too. And I haven't not looked at the cost of it yet. I just had to check out all this all this neat stuff over here. This is really cool. This outside staircase over here going up to the control. Oh, and we've got some nice information here too on looks like upgrading things, Echo thruster constructors, upgrades. Yeah, that's very cool. I don't need to read the whole thing there, but this is a very popular creation on the workshop too, and I can totally see why. That's cool how the radar's done. See, why I always kind of like the radar deco block piece. This piece here is because it's one of, if not the only thing that has like animation to it. It rotates, and the general model looks decent enough, I guess, but it rotates around, so you get some kind of motion going on, and that's kind of what why I like to put that on certain creations in the past as well. However, it didn't do anything, but now with Reforged Eden and long range radars, they actually can do stuff, which is very, very cool. Anyway, let's take a look inside this puppy here. So here, I'm gonna go to lights here a minute. See what we look like. Interesting. So we've got some different color lights in different places, which really kind of give it a neat look. And yeah, it's well done. I like this. It's very atmospheric inside. And sulusdacor is been around for quite a long time and is a very, very high-end author, I would say. Made a lot of really, really nice stuff over time and continues to do so. And we definitely appreciate sulusdacor. Some of the I know I've showed some other creations from the same author before, just kind of randomly, but usually a high level of detail and a lot of originality. I know that in the past, sulusdacor focused on some different kinds of very creative POIs and things like that as well. So this is kind of a departure from that, but making functional crafts for the game. And I'm sorry, in vanilla, these shutter doors are so loud through the headphones I'm wearing right now that I almost want to scream every time I get near a door that opens. Oh man, do I want that fixed? Oh yes, big time. Reforged Eden really handles that a lot better, but typically I do these in vanilla. But one of these days I'm gonna just grab a bunch of Reforged Eden only things so I can save my hearing. So I'm just taking a look at around here, seeing what this thing all has here. I'm gonna just go right up into the menu here so we can take a look at the different cargoes. We got 320k cargo 1, fridge in, ammo 14k, ammo 320k. So it looks like maybe we have an ammo box and a ammo controller, and 2 more cargo 160ks. Now, what I suspect on this ship though, obviously it's highly upgradable, so you can take this up a lot. But if you look at its current CPU, in vanilla at least, and I went down if it's a tier 2 and it's right up to the edge of that. So this thing's probably well thought out. I bet you a lot of parts are stripped out of here to keep it a tier 2, which is it's the way to go. I mean, allows people to spawn it in a lot quicker. Taking a look at its overall cost, and this is an unlock level 10. And it's, well, size class 3, just about size class 4. Not a problem at all. Takes a smidgen of estrium and zacosium, but very, very little. Probably the heart. Well, yeah. 3 hours and 37 minutes, and you've got yourself a pretty good sized carrier. Lot of cargo space or docking space on the inside of it, plus up on the flight deck. Ton of it, actually. Relatively small size class, cheap to build, low unlock level. Yeah, I can see why this one's very popular. Looks like we got a location over here for a shield. Gravity? No, G. I would have to read the sign. I'm something that everyone probably needs to do is read these signs, and there's a big one up there. I just wanted to buzz around here a minute and see what the rest of this looks like. Yeah, I like the use of all these different colored lights in here. That kind of it's neat. It breaks up a monotony that you could get by having everything looking too much the same with the color lighting and everything. And the fact too, I also appreciate those doors. Oh, um, another thing, yeah, I really appreciate too is the asymmetricalness of this. Like you could tell that everything was kind of custom done. Like this whole side over here versus this side, completely different. Very much the same on the exterior of the ship. But yeah, anyway, this thing's pretty amazing. I really dig it. It's really cheap. This would be kind of a ship that I would kind of want to like get in game myself too, especially if you've got a lot of HVs and SBs chilling out and you want to move them around with you. This is a nice affordable carrier option to do that with, and very well done. Very well done by sulusdacor. So here, let me get back on the lighting here, and we will go to the next creation. And this one's by a jolly old Brit that I'm sure no one's ever heard of before, by the name of Spanj. Yeah, I never heard of Spanj before, have you? I'm totally kidding. Spanj is one of the pillars of Empyrion. If you don't know who Spanj is, he obviously does a lot of videos and streams and all kinds of stuff on Empyrion, and he's quite the accomplished builder as well, and has really been building a lot of stuff as of late. And this one here, the SAS Leviathan, yeah, this is a sweet looking ship. I'm a sucker for these big, like, kind of like plausible looking, futuristic spaceships, the kind of stuff you'd see in movies and get all excited about and stuff like that. And that's what he's going for here too. And again, this one's offering quite a lot of or different aspects of asymmetricalness to it, like what was done on the front here. Like this is sticking out further than the other one. It didn't have to, but by doing that, it makes it, in my opinion, look cooler. It just some cosmetic things there. Now, most of it does look pretty symmetrical, except for that. But you don't need, going total asymmetrical doesn't make a creation look better. In fact, it can make it look bad if not done right. But like a subtle touch, like what's going on here, having like the one part longer than the other and a little fluctuation up there, it can make a lot of difference. I instantly think asymmetrical, but then I'm looking over the rest of the ship and it's very symmetrical. It's a big one. This is a big one. I was looking at the hangar door and I'm like, hey, that's upside down. But it's kind of made to work that way, isn't it? Let's open this puppy up here. Oh, double hangar doors too. That's neat. That's neat. I like how that kind of fits into the lower area, and then it keeps the top all open. Interesting design there. Huh? Yeah, by looking at the actual artwork on it, and actually the arrows look like, yeah, they point the right way. So yeah, everything works here. That's cool. It was slightly unexpected because I've never done that myself when building. So okay, well, inside the ship here, let's kick on some lighting over here too. See what we look like on the inside. So this is nice. It's open. It's lit. Looks like we've got our repair bay, some oxygen, some elevators over there. I noticed there's a elevator on this side too. So let's go this way first. So now we hop into engineering. Look at that. Nice little displays and stuff all over the place here. LCDs. Yeah, it kind of looks like there's some extra LCDs on there. Or maybe I'm just full of crap. I think I'm full of crap. So we have, I'll look at all the storage later. I'm sure this ship has probably quite a bit. It's pretty big. Usually the bigger they are, a lot of times they'll have more, which makes a lot of sense to me. This one's going to take a little bit to go through. I might not go through the whole ship because of the amount of time it may take, but I did want to get a good idea of what this is about in here. I was trying to figure out if I could go down that way or not, but let's go up the elevator here. So also, Spanj, a long time ago, he introduced me to the Spanj block. Yep, the Spanj block. It is a particular, it is a 45-degree angle to a round block. Something that actually made one of my past creations look a little better, that he showed me. And it was that was really cool because it was a block I never used prior to that. And then after that, I built like several creations like I want to use that block, so I started using that block quite a bit. And then I eventually backed away from that. Now I just use that block, you know, here and there, when it fits the bill. So over here, it looks like we have our crafting area. So it looks like we got four constructors. Ooh, not sure what we got going on there. Then we got some more cargo controllers here. I'll take a look at that in the final aspect. I'm gonna have to walk down this. This looks like it would kill you. Like maybe this. Oh, what is this? Well, maybe not kill you, but it's an interesting looking corridor. That's for sure. I just keep on thinking, oh yeah, this is like the warp core, yeah, the quantum flux duct. All right. Well, anyway, so we're up on the front there. Let's see now. We've got these elevators here. Looks like they're gonna get up to this deck over the hangar area. Now, I do believe this is billed as a more end-game combat ship, too. So I have a feeling that it's quite tough. I'm not really looking at like the fine details of the toughness on that. I gotta assume that he knows what he's doing. So who am I to say? Well, we got some thruster housing areas over here, so that's kind of neat. Gives you access to thrusters, but they are also sealed off from the inside area here. Then we've got looks like 36 grow plots. Yeah, this looks nice. On the colors too, I gotta say it does remind me a little bit of MCRN, especially with the orange and the blacks or dark grays going on there. Yeah, let's oh, and then we got a gravity generator up here. So overall, it doesn't seem like the interior, I know the ship is quite large, but the interior doesn't seem to be that big, but I have a feeling that has a lot to do with, I bet you it's just really set up to take a pounding and give a pounding on enemy ships. So let's get the light back on here again. So yeah, take a look at the inner workings here a little bit. Yeah, look at all the aesthetics going on here though. I mean, yeah, you could have just a flat front end and not do any of this stuff, and most all this stuff here is fake anyway. You know, you got antennas and stuff because you don't want to put like your big artillery launchers or your big weapons on the front because they'll be the first things to get destroyed, and they're typically one of your most expensive parts. But an awful lot of side turrets. Again, I like how this is set up. I'm kind of wondering if this is more of a broadside kind of creation too. Well, it looks like it could hit you from the front. You're going to have some turrets lining up. You've got these turret housings here with twin turrets on each side, and then you've got rows of turrets on the top here. I just got to peek into the hull a little bit here. Yeah. See, there's a lot of stuff on the outside here. Just to, it looks really neat with all the layers and aesthetics, but it also serves as armor and distance between the interior space and the exterior space, so you can take hits all over the place without it having without it destroying like stuff on the inside. Anyway, big, massive, giant ship here. Let's take a look at the specs. So we got about a 25-hour build time would be expected for a ship this size. Size class 10. Um, cool name, by the way. Just saying. Full barrage of weaponry. It doesn't. Looks like it would be for Reforged Eden. You know, I didn't look at that right off the gates here. Obviously, it works in vanilla as well. So we're at vanilla. You got the 10 million CPU, and it's only using a little over 7 million of that. So you just got a lot of space left over. 18 miniguns. Lots of different weaponry. I'm actually not seeing. Let's see, pulse laser turrets. I was actually seeing if it did have launchers on it. I'm not really seeing any. So it's more of a keep in motion kind of ship. Looks like it can handle itself quite well from the sides and the front. Very cool ship. Very cool ship. Oh, you know, I didn't get up to the bridge. I'm missing something on the interior. Let's start from the bridge. I'll just fly through here and cheat. And you know what? There's a lot of lights here too, so we're gonna have to look at that. Just gotta look at that. How did I miss the bridge? Looks like, oh, a teleporter. You know, that's something I keep on not thinking about very much, is putting teleporters in ships. I probably should do that. It's just that I haven't used them in game, so it's not like a priority, I guess. And they can cost quite a bit of CPU as well, but I'm sure it can be a big time-saving convenience as well, having a teleporter. So let's see, we're down. Okay, so we're at the back of the hangar. Oh, okay, so I was an idiot. I never did go up this elevator, did I? Just sort of skipped right by it. So we've got our med bay over here, and then the staircase will get you up to the bridge, which is would be a third person, it looks like. But it does have a glass window, like it could be a first person if there was a seat there. But of course, you know, that would be vulnerable in gameplay as well. Keeping it tucked in more is safer, typically. Oh, look at this whole section out on the back too. You just walk out of here to like this landing pad area with all the stuff going on here, and the electrical lines, and the antenna thing, and looks like a landing pad. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Again, the aesthetics on this look, just kind of dial it in to make it look like a really cool, detailed ship. Anyway, that is the SAS Leviathan by by that Spanj person with his Spanj blocks. I gotta find a Spanj block on here. Oh, yeah, look at that, right here, Spanj block. Okay. Anyway, moving on. We've got a giant ship over here just chilling, called the Kronos. And this thing, the aesthetics on this thing really, this is, yeah, I love it. Now this is a big ship, really big. So, you know, not for everybody with size class, or certainly not for every servers. I was taking a look at the size class a little bit earlier, and it's very similar to that of the, well, no, actually, it's only size class 20. So, no, it's not that big. For some reason, I thought it was bigger than that. It is not. Size class 20 is no joke of a ship, though. It is a big ship. But look at the aesthetics on this thing. Doesn't it look like you'd see this in, like, a future Star Wars movie or something? And here's a Star Wars design thing that I've picked up before. I've never really implemented it much in a ship, because you'd have to build something pretty big to pull it off. But it has to do with this center section going down the ship where it's indented on both sides, and then you have like all kinds of stuff on above and below that. Now you see that same characteristic on Death Stars, or not Death Stars, Star Destroyers. Well, kind of, you know, the Death Star kind of does have those big cut-in rings like that too. But I think that is just one of the coolest looking aesthetics that I've seen in sci-fi ships. There's quite a few Star Wars ships that do that kind of thing, and it looks really neat. It kind of like, it gives it a, I don't know, a really neat feel. Now what I really dig about this this particular ship, though, is the overall aesthetics of it. It's not trying to go too wild, but everything just works. I mean, it's got the big angles on it, which I definitely like. Like this surface over here. You can see how this kind of goes across like that, and it blends very well too for the overall ship shape, especially with that big long cut in the middle on both sides. It's cool. So this is just one that I could just sit and look at for a long time for sure. Gives me ideas too, I tell you. Hopefully it gives you guys some ideas too. This one's neat. This one's really neat, aesthetically speaking. Yeah, definitely has that spaceship look. Now, when I first spawned it in, I didn't take the time. I didn't know where the pilot seat was. I was going to land it, and then I was struggling to figure out where I fly it at. So I'm gonna have to I gotta find a way in here first. We'll just come through the hangar door in the back here. Holy smokes! Look at the inside of this. Okay, we need to definitely look at this with the light things going on. That's got a different look to it. It's blue and white kind of mixed together in a very sci-fi way, and that looks neat. That looks neat. We have a hangar back here. It looks like we're running a big hangar door too. I bet the 13 by 7. I would definitely guess. And look at the ceiling, multi-layered ceilings and walls and stuff. That is definitely something that is if you're trying to make something detailed, one of the best ways you're going to be able to accomplish that is what's being done here, where you've got multiple layers rather than a single block row like going across the top. And I do that on a lot of ships, and then I'll swap those blocks around for alternative blocks to make some kind of pattern or design on there. This one takes that a step further, so it has that going on, but then it has another layer of blocks that go over that in places. So it's kind of a more multi-dimensional surface area, which is going to be really is about the best you're going to do, with Empyrion in the blocks. Or maybe you could, it's layering like walls and blocks one row over another to create just higher detailed designs and patterns. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this. This is, I mean, the exterior is phenomenal. Interior here is looking like it really, really nice here as well. It's gonna be a big ship. I'm hoping it's kind of hoping it doesn't have too many little nooks and crannies, because I'm scared of missing some by accident here. So then we've got some wood over here, which is kind of a little bit different from the back area, and the lighting changes a little bit in this section too. It kind of has that whiter look. Lost some of the blue accents. It still has some though. And on the side of the room here, I do like this big like frame structure with the angled block walls up there. That is very cool. I did something like that with the Leviathan's cafeteria area as well. Makes it yeah, that's neat though. But yeah, it's like there's actually like corridors in between here too. So that's neat. That's neat. I like that. Well, in fact, yeah, I like pretty much everything I see here. So let's keep on going. So in this room, we've got a little bit different lighting in the back. Again, it's following that same kind of angled framework, which it's nice and consistent. I like that. That looks good, kind of going through the ship, so you can kind of see your hull in the mixed. This just looks crazy in here. Looks like I imagine with being a ship this size, there's going to be some zones like what you're seeing here that don't necessarily have any specific parts in there. It was just meant to look nice because you had a lot of space to work with, and once you go past a certain size of interior space, sooner or later you're going to run out of legitimate things, gameplay reason why things that you could put in a ship, and you're going to have to like come up with some interesting looks and designs, and considered fluff, but you know, I enjoy building the fluff in ships too. I just don't, you know, it depends on how big they are. Fluff comes only if there's too much space, or basically after you fit in everything that you wanted to function-wise. So then if you got extra room, then you can add some fluff. Fluff for a builder, I think, is fun to do. Wow, look at this thing, man. Yeah, the walls and the levels and the balconies. Nice looking farm area. It's nice and spread apart. I do kind of like that. I like to, I guess in a lot of creations, I wedge in the grow plots closer together so I can fit more in a space. But again, when you're dealing with a large ship, you don't necessarily need that, and you don't necessarily need so many grow plots either. So, I don't like this hallway. You know, this thing could probably be a POI too. It's so big. So many different places to walk through here. So obviously I'm up in the crew section right now. And good. I'm glad there's a hallway off here. For the flow of walking around a ship, the outer hallways here too. So that would line up to the windows that you seen on the hall. What's up here? Wow. Okay, so it looks like we got a teleporter and some armed guards in front of this area. So what we got in here looks like a big server room or command and control kind of thing here. Combat feed video. Okay. Oh, this is the bridge. Okay. So we've got our co-pilots here and the pilot seat and combat feed video. Man, you know how cool it would be if you could literally put a camera or like a set of cameras on the exterior of the ship and actually project what that camera sees on a big screen like this in your bridge. Oh my God, that would be the coolest thing. I don't know. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but man, wouldn't it be cool if it did? This ship would be well set up for that. Anything actually with the third-person only cockpit would be, because then you could do something like this, keep the pilot safe, and be able to see in first person what the heck's going on without having to go to kind of a unimmersive third-person view. That's just kind of how I look at it. The third-person view, when you're flying ships, you can see better. So it helps you probably with like targeting other ships and stuff, because you can literally just see what's going on all around you better. But to me, it also is an escape from immersion. It kind of messes with that. I mean, with just about every game, no matter what it is, unless it's like Diablo or something, I like first-person controls, and I like to be in first-person better because it just feels better, feels more immersive. In this game, especially if you're doing a combat-oriented ship, it's dangerous to have your like glass in front of the pilot somewhere on the ship. It's safer if it's like in the midsection or further away from the front of the ship, or where you expect the ship to take the most damage, but it's still dangerous. And there's no alternatives short of just making third-person only control ships, and I wish that wasn't the case. Who knows? Maybe someday. But anyway, I'm sure I probably missed some areas in this ship, but I got to say, really, really cool ship. Very impressed with that. So the last one I've got here for today is smaller, but a very unique design from the norm. This one is a vertical CV. And this is by Doc Holliday, and this is the HW2 Homeworld T3. So yeah, this is neat. I've never made a ship like this. Thought about it before, but I had never actually went through with a design like this one before. It's kind of neat. So we've got a small hangar on the bottom, and Wi-Fi detector, medical bay there. So then we head up a floor, Looks like we get to some more medical equipment in the area. Shower, bathroom, bed, all the stuff. A yin yang. Gotta have a yin yang. Let's see, getting up over here. We're up on the bridge here. So I've got a couple co-pilot seats, fridge, that kind of thing. Very cool. Interesting glass design there. Kind of this wavy pattern going on along there. Different. So we get up to the next floor. Looks like we've got some storage over here. I haven't really been looking at the storage so much on these ships. I guess maybe that's something you guys might want to know more of, and maybe I should dive into the tech specs a little bit more. Basically, what I've been doing with most of this, I'm really just kind of looking at the aesthetics and design. You can kind of get the idea that, you know, which ones would probably work the best for gameplay, depending on your budget, what server you're on, how big of a size class you can have, all that fun stuff. This is a very unique ship, though. Just kind of, it's stacked up. You got a couple landing pads on the side here, which is very neat. A small like HV hangar on the bottom. Looks like we have another hangar up here. Must have not got this far in this ship. No, that elevator just keeps going up and up, doesn't it? So we've got it like an SV hangar over here as well. So this thing can hold quite a bit of equipment. And we have engineering. So we've got our warp generators. Are we not on? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Why did I, oh wow, I was looking at the CPU too. This thing's, so this is pretty low on CPU. Sorry about not having this thing on. I thought it, yeah, thought it was. Seemed awfully dark to me. So we're gonna have to do the light thing. And why I like the light thing, I think I explained this so many times before, why I put a priority on lights on the interior as well. I know they suck up size class, and depending if there's too many lights in a small area, it can cause performance problems. But it gives the author control on what the interior looks like, to some extent. Of course, I wish you could use custom colors for lights, for light colors. That would be a feature that I think would be really neat. But you can change the atmosphere of rooms. You can put in lights. You can use a blend mix between like a light like this style, which would be a spotlight, or what it's called as a spotlight. And then you can mess with your intensity and your range and your spotlight angle, which gives you a lot of control on it. Sometimes if you mix spotlights in with a conventional light that doesn't do the same thing like this one is doing, usually at a lower intensity, it gives it kind of a ambient lighting in the mix. So if you combine the two together in the right fashion, you can create lighting that looks, well, better than you would expect a voxel game to have. So, and it takes advantage of that there too. Oh yeah, look at this. And this is our top hangar, and then our engineering. So yeah, just the whole thing is set vertically, and that is really cool. Anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to show today. One of these days I'm gonna have to kick in. Maybe next week. I think next week I'm gonna look at a particular type of ship. These are well, all but the first one are kind of a bit of a random mix, but I guess most of these are CVs. Most of them are pretty big. Well, not so much on like the carrier here. I mean, the carrier I think is very thoughtful. It's very it's got a good size and dimensions to fit the role of what it's supposed to be. Spanj's combat ship here, very cool ship. Again, Homeworld ship, really unique, vertical layout. I mean, you don't see much of that on the workshop. There's been a few, but this one's a little bit more smaller than some of the other ones that I've seen, and more affordable. This guy over here, I love the aesthetics of it. Yeah, it just looks really cool. So yeah, that's another batch of some really cool creations on the workshop. And of course, links to all these are going to be in the video description. And please check them out and check out the authors' other works. You might find some other really cool stuff in their workshops. And as in my projects, I haven't started any new projects yet, but I'm thinking early next week I've got an idea for something else. Maybe I'll do some videos on it. So yeah, I know I keep on saying I'm going to do one thing, and a lot of times that doesn't happen. It's just they're just thoughts. So I don't want to make any announcements of what the next project might be yet until I work it out in my head and see if it's going to be something that would be worthwhile building, put it that way. So anyway, you all have yourself a good day, and I will talk to you later.